It was supposed to be a routine teaser for the upcoming On the Rocks masterclass on August 23. Fans tuned in expecting Sam Heughan to flash his signature smile, talk about whiskey, and maybe drop a playful hint or two. Instead, what they got was a revelation that would shake Hollywood to its core. When asked whether he'd be appearing solo, Sam leaned forward, his voice calm but deliberate. "I won't be alone. Dakota Johnson will be joining me." The moment the words left his lips, the room seemed to freeze. Viewers at home couldn't believe what they had just heard. Dakota Johnson, the Hollywood darling known for her mysterious charm and her ability to command any spotlight? Her name carried weight, and the fact that Sam dropped it so casually was nothing short of explosive. Within minutes, the internet was ablaze. Hashtag Sam and Dakota, hashtag On the Rocks drama, and hashtag Why Dakota began trending across platforms. Fan pages erupted with mixed emotions. Some squealed in delight at the unexpected pairing, while others lashed out in anger, claiming Sam had betrayed years of loyalty to Caitríona Balfe, the woman most fans had always envisioned by his side. Entertainment outlets scrambled for answers. Hollywood's unlikely duo? One headline blared. Another declared, Sam Heughan names Dakota Johnson as mystery guest, fans in shock. Speculation grew at lightning speed. Was this a professional collaboration? Or was Sam hinting at something more, something deeply personal? Sam himself didn't offer clarification. Instead, he doubled down on the mystery. On Instagram, he posted a single photo. 2 glasses of whiskey, side by side, with the caption, "Every story is better when shared." The message was simple, yet it ignited even more chaos. Behind the scenes, Hollywood insiders whispered about a secret connection between Sam and Dakota, one that had apparently been brewing quietly for months. They've been spotted together privately, and not just once, one source claimed, fueling suspicions that this partnership wasn't purely professional. But while some fans clung to excitement, others were outraged. For them, Sam's revelation felt like a betrayal, not just to Caitríona, but to the bond they had built with the Outlander fandom for nearly a decade. Forums filled with posts of disbelief, confusion, and heartbreak. "Why Dakota? Why now?" one fan asked. "He's destroying everything he and Caitríona built together." By evening, the story had taken on a life of its own. News anchors debated the implications on primetime shows. Paparazzi swarmed outside both Sam's and Dakota's homes, desperate for a glimpse, a clue, a confirmation. The world wasn't just waiting for August 23 anymore, they were demanding answers immediately. And yet, Sam stayed silent. His smile in that interview clip replayed endlessly, becoming a haunting image of a man who had thrown Hollywood into chaos with just one name. Dakota Johnson. The countdown to August 23 was no longer about whiskey, or craft, or storytelling. It was about a secret that had just torn open a new chapter of drama. And for Caitríona Balfe, the woman whose name had always been linked to Sam, this revelation wasn't just shocking, it was devastating. The fallout from Sam Heughan's shocking revelation spread like wildfire. But while Hollywood debated, tweeted, and argued over the meaning behind the words, "Dakota Johnson will be joining me," one person was left utterly shattered, Caitríona Balfe. According to sources close to the actress, Caitríona was blindsided. For years, her name and Sam's had been inseparable in the public eye. They weren't just co-stars, they were partners in survival, navigating fame, rumors, and endless scrutiny together. And yet, in one breath, Sam had placed another woman, Dakota Johnson, into a spotlight Caitríona thought was unshakably hers. Witnesses say Caitríona had been at a private gathering when the news broke. The moment she heard Dakota's name, her face went pale. She froze, one insider whispered. It was like the air had been knocked out of her lungs. Moments later, Caitríona collapsed, overcome by the crushing weight of shock and betrayal. She was rushed to the hospital, paparazzi swarming outside as paramedics carried her on a stretcher. The image of Caitríona, fragile and vulnerable, was plastered across every headline within hours. Balfe hospitalized after Heughan's shocking Dakota reveal. From co-star to casualty, Caitríona collapses amid chaos. Fans erupted in rage. Some pointed fingers directly at Sam, accusing him of insensitivity and cruelty. He broke her heart in public. This is unforgivable, one fan wrote on Twitter. Others defended him, insisting Caitríona's collapse was unrelated, that the media was exaggerating to stoke scandal. But the damage was done. Sam's name was now entangled in a storm he couldn't easily escape. Meanwhile, Dakota Johnson herself remained silent. Her representatives refused to comment, only fueling speculation. Was she complicit in this unraveling? Or was she just as blindsided as Caitríona? Inside the hospital, reports claim Caitríona whispered through tears to a close friend, "He broke me, in ways I never imagined." Those words, leaked to the press, painted a devastating picture of a woman who felt discarded in the cruelest way possible. Sam, for his part, refused to issue a statement. At a brief public sighting, he wore dark sunglasses and kept his head down, ignoring questions hurled by reporters. That silence was deafening. To some, it looked like guilt. To others, it looked like a man determined to guard a truth bigger than anyone could yet comprehend. As August 23 crept closer, the stakes had never been higher. Caitríona lay in a hospital bed, her fans demanding justice. Dakota remained a ghostly presence, her silence louder than words. And Sam Heughan, the man at the center of it all, had set a chain reaction into motion that threatened to destroy everything he once held dear. The question wasn't just who would stand beside him on stage at On the Rocks. The question was, would Caitríona even forgive him if she recovered enough to watch? As Caitríona's fragile state dominated headlines, the world turned its gaze back to Sam. His silence, once charming, once enigmatic, had become unbearable. Every hour without a statement felt like gasoline poured onto an already raging fire. Producers of On the Rocks were reportedly in panic mode. Tickets for the August 23 event had sold out within minutes weeks earlier, but now buyers demanded answers. Was Dakota really going to appear? Would Caitríona's absence haunt the night? And, most pressingly, would Sam dare to address the chaos he had caused? Insiders whispered of growing pressure on Sam to release a statement before the event. If he doesn't speak now, the night could implode, one source claimed. Yet Sam remained in the shadows, letting speculation tighten around him like a noose. Outside the hospital, fans gathered with signs of support for Caitríona. "Stay strong, Queen." Meanwhile, paparazzi camped outside Sam's apartment, desperate for the moment he'd crack. Still, nothing. No words, no posts, only silence. And then, a cryptic Instagram story appeared on Sam's account. A single line, white letters on black background. "Some truths can only be revealed when the curtain rises." The message sent shockwaves across the internet. Was Sam promising a confession on August 23? Was Dakota Johnson truly the mystery woman by his side? Or was there another twist lurking in the shadows? One thing was certain. The countdown to the masterclass had transformed into the countdown to the truth. And for Caitríona, fighting tears from her hospital bed, the world waited to see whether Sam would choose honesty, or deepen the betrayal.